the outpouring of support, the enthusiasm to see a serious challenger coming out of the movement has been tremendous. And I think we have a shot at this. I think we have a serious shot.
A couple people have been arrested in the past month for civil disobedience. Ty is one of them. Yep. And the president of one of my unions, I'm a member of both the National Education Association and the AFT, American Federation of Teachers. Randy Weingarten, leader of AFT, was arrested in Philadelphia for protesting the closure of the schools. Unfortunately, Randy Weingarten, along with Obama and Arnie Duncan and Eli Broad and Bill Gates, have been working to open up charter schools. And now she's suddenly concerned that they are closing schools and opening charters. Randy Weingarten got arrested because there were cameras there and it was a good photo shoot. Ty got arrested because he cares about people and he was fighting the good fight.
What we need in the city council is people who we have seen out here working hard in the front line, and not people that we have seen a few times and suddenly they disappear into their offices and they sympathize with the people that are within those offices. And I feel that Ty is one of those people that will not stand with the people in the office, but rather the people out here fighting for what is just and what is right for our community and for our future.
Part of the reason I'm supporting Ty is because he's my brother. And you can look at, we look like that. Take my cap off, you can see. He's got skin, I got skin. You know.
What does working class politics look like? What does left politics, socialist politics, Green Party politics look like? And how is that fundamentally different than what most people see? Our starting point is that not that change is achieved by those who in power. Our starting point is that all history shows real change is achieved by social movements on the ground of ordinary people organizing together and fighting back. And it's only in response to those movements that people in power have been forced, compelled, dragged, kicking and screaming to pass every important political legislation in U.S. history.
Hoy estoy aquí parada porque quiero decirles a ustedes que yo apoyo a un líder comprometido por la justicia. Yo no quiero personitas en estos puestos públicos con una cara bonita, con una cara nice, pero que no representan la justicia del pueblo.
So I'm here supporting Ty because I know he's all for justice. Because I don't trust people that want to sit there in those important positions with beautiful faces that look nice, but don't care about social justice.
Alguien nos decía que nosotros gritamos desde afuera. Y cuando gritamos desde afuera no tenemos mucho poder porque estamos peleando contra una roca que es bien imposible de romper.
So someone said that when we are yelling from outside, it's harder that they can hear us from inside because it's like our screams are hitting a solid rock.
Pero tenemos que asegurarnos de que alguien de los nuestros le abramos esa puerta y grite desde adentro la justicia que el pueblo merece.
So I think it's time that we get someone inside so that one can start screaming from inside what we want them to hear from us. Yeah.
In reality, they're feeding into a culture of low expectations. They think it's normal that the only source of credit for ordinary people is these predatory, rapacious banks that dominate our government. They think it's normal that, well, it's just part of the routine of police business. You know, yes, they're going to beat up a few people. Probably most of them are going to be black or brown. You know, we don't like it. Obviously, that's wrong, but, you know, what are we going to do? They normalize the fact that in Ward 9, 25% of people live in poverty. The median household income is under $40,000. There's a mass youth unemployment problem, and they think, you know, the answer to crime is hiring more cops. What about jobs for young people? Yeah. These things are normalized, and so you can have all the same social problems, and a few politicians in city council give lip service to those problems, said, yes, I care, and somehow they're deemed as one of the most liberal city councils in the country. The reality is, this city is run by the big developers, the big banks, and big business. And only through building a powerful social movement to fight back are we going to be able to change that. And that's what we're trying to do with this campaign.
Whoever has that sign-up list where it said Socialist Alternative, do you want to sign up? I do. I was a lifelong Democrat. I mean, I was raised by two very democratic parents who were definitely involved in the movement, and I know that there's a need for social change, and I really do want to participate in it. And Kelly had said, especially with young people, that the socialist alternative movement is very important. But I'm going to be 63 on March 14th, and Kelly, damn it, I'm going to join your movement.
Everybody should have a house, right? Housing is a right. Not a silly idea, right? U.S. imperialism shouldn't drop bombs on people. Silly idea, right? And that guy supports that idea. He's opposed to discrimination. Another silly idea. He's opposed to homophobia. Really? Silly guy, right? You know, he thinks that workers should be able to organize and they have a right to organize on the job. What an idea, huh? He thinks that when people go to work, they should be able to make enough to live off. Another silly idea, right? And that women should make what men make, right? Sillier yet. So I support this guy because he's got a lot of great but silly ideas. But in all seriousness though, folks, we need people who support these ideas. We need people who will stand up against racism. We need people who will support our efforts to say to the corporate structure that everybody should have shelter, right?
The only way that we could do it is not only with Ty running, but all of us behind him. Like if it was a march and we're marching for our freedom. Because this is where we're headed, this is what we need right now, and this is what we have to do. We have to do what we have to do, defend each other, and let's get this done.
We are trying to build a model of how do you build a campaign that is linked, that is the expression of, that is coming out of social struggles. And that's why we're trying to go systematically to all the different community struggles. You know, I come most recently out of Occupy Homes, but also education justice, also immigrant rights, etc. We're going to the community organizations on the ground that are fighting on the issues, that are leading the issues, and asking them, what should our program look like? What should we stand for? What should we be fighting for? How do we use our campaign to help build your struggle? And so for example, we're doing something quite untypical the next month. On March 24th, we start, as Ginger said, a serious canvassing drive in Ward 9, focused on the foreclosure and eviction free zone. We're going to knock on people's door, and we're not going to start with, hi, would you support Ty Moore for City Council? We're going to start with, would you sign this petition to support the foreclosure and eviction free zone? Would you come out and support Jamie next month because she's about to get evicted and we need to put pressure on this police and the city not to evict her? That's our starting point of our election door knocking drive. And after that we say, and also, by the way, if you support this work, we have a city council candidate and a campaign that's going to fight.
Ahora mi pregunta es para ustedes. ¿Se puede? Se puede. ¿Se puede? Se puede. ¿Se puede? ¡Se puede! Vamos, Ty, vamos por esta lucha. ¡Sí se puede!